There's a particular kind of morning that belongs only to the Northwoods. The air comes in cold and clean through the bedroom window. Pine resin and wood smoke and something that has no name, but that you carry in your chest for the rest of your life, no matter how far you go. The milk pond is flat and silver. The gravel road out front holds the night's first frost like a dusting of flour. Somewhere down the block, a neighbor has already started their truck, letting it warm up the way people here warm up slowly, without hurry, without complaint. For families like Dale and Carol Makinen, composite as they are, their story is real enough to be anyone's. Raising 3 children in a community like Ogema was never about giving their kids everything. It was about giving them the right things. The woods behind the house were a classroom that never closed. Their son learned to track deer before he learned long division, and both skills taught him the same lesson. Pay attention, be patient, and the world will show you what it has to offer. People ask me what it's like raising kids out here, Carol might say, stirring a pot of venison stew on a wooden stove that's been in the family since her husband's grandmother put it in. I tell them they were never bored, not once. They had 500 acres of woods, lakes, and creeks, and every kid on the road for friends. What would they be bored about? The school. The kind where the principal knows not only every child's name, but their dog's name and their grandmother's birthday, is not a small thing. It is, in fact, a very large thing. In places like Ogema, teachers don't just teach curriculum, they teach character. They see the same children year after year, through growth spurts and heartbreaks, and the particular confidence that comes from being genuinely known by the adults around you. Young Jaden, who struggled with reading in 2nd grade, had a teacher who stayed 45 minutes after school, 3 days a week, not because she was required to, but because that is what you do here. The volunteer fire department, the church potluck on 3rd Sunday of the month, where Ruth, who is 81 and has lived her whole life in Price County, still makes her legendary apple walnut cake, and nobody has ever gone home hungry. The county fair, where a kid can show a calf they raised from birth and feel the special pride of having made something and offered it to the world. The snowmobile trail that runs from one end of the township to the other, where families ride together in January and the cold is so clean it feels like a gift. None of this shows up in rankings. None of it appears in a Best Places to Live article in a magazine published from a glass tower in Chicago. But it's real, and it's irreplaceable. And families in the Northwoods know it in their bones with a certainty that no statistic can confirm and no statistic can deny. The values instilled here, self-reliance, loyalty, a deep and unperformed respect for the natural world, a work ethic that is not about ambition, but about integrity, are not accidental. They are the product of a life lived close to the land, close to neighbors, close to the rhythms of seasons that do not care about your schedule or your feelings. Winter comes when it comes. The garden needs planting when it needs planting. The wood needs stacking before the first hard freeze, and children raised in that reality grow up with a groundedness that is genuinely rare and genuinely precious. This is what the pines give you. Not wealth, not convenience, not opportunity in the way the world typically measures it. Something older and quieter and more durable than any of those things. A foundation, a sense of self, a knowledge of what matters when everything else is stripped away. Nobody locks their doors, not out of recklessness, out of a settled certainty that the people around you are your people, and your people look out for each other. That, too, is something the Pines gives you, and it is not nothing. It is, in fact, everything.